So I've tested over 30 different hardware wallets. This is just one box, one massive box of hardware wallets. And ah, and a question I get a lot is which hardware wallet is the best? Now, obviously, there's a lot of controversy around this um, because hardware wallets are designed to keep our crypto safe. So I thought it'd be a good idea to go through how I personally choose my hardware wallets, and that way you can apply the same methods and look for the same things that I look for, so you can choose your own hardware wallet. Because again, what I always say, there is no such thing as the best hardware wallet. It doesn't exist. There's only the best hardware wallet for you. And I'm going to get into a few different things, but um, let me just bring this up and we'll go through what I believe makes a good hardware wallet. So, what does make a good hardware wallet? Obviously, first and foremost, the only reason we use hardware wallets, or the main reason I should say, is for security. We use hardware wallets, aka cold wallets, to secure the keys that are used to manage our crypto. So, this is what I look for when it comes to a cold wallet. First is a secure element chip. This is the same kind of chip that's used in your bank card and electronic passports. And these chips are designed specifically to do one thing, and that's to keep your secrets safe. In the case of a bank card, that's all your bank details. In the case of a cold wallet, that is the keys used to access your crypto. The second thing I look for is PIN and password protection, which basically every single wallet on the market has. But basically, this is a device-specific PIN or password. So in order to access whatever device you're using, you have to enter the PIN or password that you created. Most cold wallets let you set up a PIN, but not a password. So there is kind of a difference there. Some of the wallets, you can set up 4 to 8 pins, and other wallets, you can create an entire password with numbers and letters and different characters. Great, I spelled security wrong, but it's just because I threw this together before I started the live stream. But security audits is a third thing I look for. So most reputable hardware wallet companies will have third-party or independent blockchain security companies do audits on their hardware and their software, which I think is pretty important. That way, you hear it from someone else who isn't the company. They're letting you know, hey, this wallet's safe to use. There's no backdoors. There's no vulnerabilities. The fourth thing is a bug bounty program. Now, all the big tech companies like Apple, Microsoft, they all have bug bounty programs. And this encourages ethical hackers or white hat hackers to basically look for any vulnerabilities or backdoors in products and then report it to the company, obviously before exploiting it to the public. And this helps the company ensure that their products remain secure. It encourages people to try to find vulnerabilities. And if they do find a vulnerability, the company usually pays them, a bounty. And that's like the incentive that they would do this. The fifth thing that I look for is a TRNG, which is a true random number generator. Now, almost every hardware wallet uses this, but this just ensures that the keys that the wallet's generating is truly random, and it's not known by the company. It's only known by you. The sixth thing I look for is a seed phrase. So some wallets on the market actually don't give you a seed phrase. BC Vault is one of them. BitKey is another one. And I'm sure there's a couple other, but they have different methods for giving you your key. Personally, I'm a huge fan of the seed phrase. I like to keep it simple: 12 or 24 words, 12 or 24 random words that give you access to your entire wallet that only you know. That's how I like to secure my crypto. Again, there are some wallets on the market that use a combination of part of the key is in the app, part of the key is on the wallet, and then the company holds part of the key, which I'm just not a huge fan of. The next option is a passphrase option, also known as a hidden wallet. I'd say like 70% of cold wallets have the hidden or passphrase wallet option in their product. This basically allows you to create an additional word or phrase on top of your existing seed phrase, And when you do that, it creates a completely separate wallet from your seed phrase wallet. So it has its own private keys and receiving addresses. So it basically allows you to create an unlimited number of wallets using one seed phrase. And even if your main seed phrase were compromised, your hidden wallet would still be safe because you need the seed phrase and the passphrase combo to access that specific wallet. And again, most wallets offer this. And then the last thing that you can just look at is reputation. Has a company been around for a while? Are they new to the space? Generally, the longer a company has been around, the a larger track record. They'll have a larger track record. So you can see, have they been trustworthy over the years? So that's what I look for in terms of security. Um, what else makes a good cold wallet? So I also want to touch on what doesn't make a good cold wallet. Some common misconceptions in the space. Uh, First is air gap technology. So a lot of people believe that air gap cold wallets are more secure than a non-air gap wallet. Air gap wallet being Keystone, Cold Card. Um, what's some other ones? The One Key Pro. Those are a few examples. Air gap wallet meaning the wallet has no external forms of communication to network. So Bluetooth, like USB-C. So they don't transmit any data like transaction data over Bluetooth, USB-C. Obviously, no cold wallet has a Wi-Fi connection. So air gap technology, it really just uses QR codes and SD cards to broadcast transaction data between the hardware wallet device and your internet connected device like your phone or computer. Um, those devices aren't more secure. There is an argument for there's less attack vectors because you're eliminating Bluetooth and the USB-C, but you could still, your wallet could technically, this hasn't happened, but it could technically still be compromised by inserting the SD card into the wallet and through QR codes. So really, when you see a wallet that is advertising air gap technology, it's mainly marketing. It doesn't actually make the product more secure. In most cases, it makes it less enjoyable to use. It makes it more complex to use. So if you are new to cold wallets, air gap wallets can just introduce complexity, and then you can actually end up making a mistake, making that wallet technically less secure just because it's more complicated to use. So I don't usually recommend air gap wallets, especially to beginners. Another thing that isn't actually more secure is Bitcoin only firmware. And the thought here is that less code equals less, again, less attack vectors. Not really true. I mean, if the wallet manufacturer is releasing secure code, then having different code like Ethereum or Solana or whatever, supported in that wallet doesn't make it less secure. What I think this really means is there's less opportunities that the user is going to make an error with a Bitcoin only wallet because Bitcoin, is the only thing on the Bitcoin network is really just Bitcoin. There's not like smart contracts or anything. So it's less likely that you're going to sign a malicious transaction on using a Bitcoin wallet versus any other wallet where you might be interacting with Ethereum, where you sign a lot of smart contracts. But again, Bitcoin only. And, this was told to me directly from one of the most popular and largest hardware wallet manufacturers in the market. They told me that Bitcoin only firmware and Bitcoin only wallets is really just marketing. It's not actually more secure. And again, this is coming directly from the company. I'm not going to name the company, but that's what they told me. So just know air gap technology, Bitcoin only firmware, that's mainly just marketing stuff. But what else, back to what makes a good wallet? Directly after security, which I don't think we give a lot of credit to, is user friendliness. So things like the wallet design. Is the wallet easy to use? Does it function well? Is it like a good quality wallet, or is it difficult to use? And then you have the wallet app. Some apps are more confusing than others. Some examples of some really like seamless, user-friendly apps. I would say obviously Tangem, Ledger. I like One Keys app is pretty decent. But yeah, some apps aren't as good as others. And then device compatibility. So does the wallet you use work with the devices you have at home. Does it work with your computer? And does it work with your phone? Do you want a device that works with your computer? Do you want a device that works with your phone? Those are things you want to consider. And then in-app features. So most cold wallets will allow you to buy, sell, swap, and even stake cryptocurrency directly in the wallet app. And those are just all things that you might want to consider that ultimately lead to a more user-friendly cold wallet. Now, these are the make or break options. Basically, these are probably what I would ask myself first when choosing a hardware wallet. And if the answer is yes or no, you can instantly rule out that wallet as being a good wallet for you. The first and most obvious is coin support. Not all cold wallets support the same cryptocurrencies and same blockchain networks. So if the wallet you're looking at doesn't support the cryptocurrency that you want to secure, then why would you buy that wallet, right? You won't even be able to use it. So this is one of the easiest ways to eliminate any wallet considerations, any wallets that you're considering. If it doesn't support the crypto you want to hold, then that's not the wallet for you. Every hardware wallet website has like a coin support section on their website where you can go and look at what blockchain networks and which cryptocurrencies those wallets support. They usually allow you to search for certain cryptocurrencies as well. So yeah, that's one of the first things that I do if I'm looking to get a new hardware wallet. Does it support the cryptos that I want to secure? Super simple question, easy to figure out. The next question I would ask, which is a make or break, is device compatibility. Is the wallet that you're going to buy work with your devices at home? Like I said earlier, if you only have a computer at home, then you need a desktop device. So something like Tangem, which is mobile only, will not work. Or maybe, you want a mobile only wallet. So that's something you want to consider. A lot of wallets will only work with desktop, some only work with your phone, and some work with both. So I think it's important to ask yourself, how you want to use your wallet and how you want to manage it, because you do have to use either a phone or a computer to manage your cold wallet device. So it's really up to you. Another make or break option, at least for me, is 100% closed source code. Not a lot of wallets on the market have 100% closed source code, and the reason I have a picture of the Decent biometric wallet on the screen here is because Decent, a really popular wallet that a ton of you have asked me about, Decent is a 100% closed source wallet. So I let the little note here: open source code allows the community to verify that the app does not contain any backdoors, request personal data, or the user keys. And that's not just the app, but the hardware part of it as well. But ultimately, if a company only has closed source code, then you just have to trust the company. So you just have to trust that whatever they're telling you is true, versus if a company offers at least some level of open source code. That's when you have, ethical hackers and security experts can go in and review the code, and they would be able to spot any vulnerabilities or backdoors that the company may have put in the code. With something like Decent, you can't do that because the code is kept completely private to the company. So there's no way to verify externally that anything Decent as a company says is true. You're just taking their word for it. You can't actually verify it through the code. So for me, that is a deal breaker. Now, the last thing that I'll say about choosing your cold wallet is, and one of the most important things, is you need to consider your level of experience. Because there have been very, very few cases of cold wallets actually being hacked. Cold wallets aren't really hacked. That's why people trust them to secure their crypto. There have been 2 cases that I know of. I'm sure there have been a few more, or 2 specific devices that have been hacked in the past. The first one was the Trezor Safe One wallet. So a researcher was able to, he basically lost his password. There wasn't a PIN set on that specific device. And because there wasn't a PIN set, he didn't set one up. He was able to basically crack open the wallet and get the seed phrase to the wallet so he could access his crypto. That was fixed. You could you could fix that by either using a pin code on that wallet. But that's really why Trezor decided to introduce the Trezor Safe 3 and the Safe 5. And they introduced the secure element chip because the secure element chip helps prevent physical attacks, which is what happened on the Trezor Safe 1. And then the only other wallet that I know of was an earlier cold card wallet, which is a Bitcoin only wallet. I think that one was hacked through like a fault injection hack, which again is a physical attack on the device. But it's very, very rare that cold wallets are actually hacked. And usually, in the cases that I've seen, you have to have physical access to the device that you're hacking. Plus, you have to obviously have the know-how as well as the tools to do it. And usually, these tools are not cheap. You're looking at like $10,000 minimum. I think the tools they were using to hack the Trezor One wallet, I think it was around $10,000 worth of hacking devices that they were using. So you'd really have to be targeted, and the person targeting you would have to get physical access to your device and know exactly what they're doing. But again, most of the wallets on the market today are immune to these sorts of physical attacks. So that's why I say just consider your experience level. Because not all wallets are created equally when it comes to the user experience. Again, some wallets they try really hard to be like the most secure wallet on the market. And by doing that, they actually introduce complexity and they create a wallet that is really just not a great user experience, especially if you're just getting into crypto. So if you're new to crypto, I would look at wallets that are aimed more at beginners. Doesn't mean you're sacrificing security. It just means you're going to have a better overall user experience, which is also something that I want to touch on. Like I just made a post on YouTube, not a video, but like a written post about over the weekend, my brother-in-law, who is a lead software engineer at a large financial company, I took all the hardware wallets over to his place and we looked at each one, and he had he's never used a hardware wallet before. He doesn't know about the different brands. He doesn't have a preference or anything. And I just kind of let him go through all the wallets. He powered a couple of them on, looked at the apps and everything. And his conclusion was the card-based wallet was the best, because with the card-based wallet, which in this case was Tangem, you use your phone to interact with that wallet. And we're all familiar with using our phone. And ultimately, at the end of the day, cold wallets, they all do the same thing. They're meant to securely store the keys that are used to access your crypto, and they're ultimately an offline signing device. So every single cold wallet is offline. They all sign the transaction data offline on the physical cold wallet device. And because of that, that's why cold wallets have apps, because a cold wallet itself can't communicate directly with the internet to broadcast transactions to the blockchain. So the app, also called the companion app, is really the middleman for your cold wallet and the blockchain. So basically, the blockchain sends the transaction data that needs signed to the app. The app then sends that to your cold wallet device. You sign the transaction on the secure element chip inside your cold wallet. Then it sends that data back to the app, which is then broadcasted back to the blockchain where the transaction is confirmed. That's how all cold wallets work. So really, at the end of the day, all these devices, like the Ledger wallets, Tangem, what else? The Engrave Zero, the One Key Pro. At the end of the day, they're all just signing devices. So for me, like we expect our cold wallets to be secure. Like if a cold wallet company is in business, we as users expect them to be secure. And that's a given. But what's not a given is they should also be extremely simple to use. I think that if these companies don't start evolving and creating more simpler products, of course, without sacrificing security, I don't think they'll be around in the future. I don't think they will. So that's why I'm leaning more towards like wallets that are easy to use and enjoyable to use. And that's why I recommend, I get a lot of heat for recommending Tangem. Everyone says, oh, I bet Tangem pays you so much. And that's another thing I want to be clear about. I've never been paid to make a video about a specific wallet. Um, I've never been sponsored by a wallet brand, anything like that. So the way that it works with my business is I'm an affiliate for that whole box of wallets. I'm an affiliate for every company. As an affiliate, all that means is if you use my link to purchase a wallet, I get a small commission from that purchase. It doesn't increase the price for you. In fact, if you use my link, you usually get a better price because um, I get I get the best discounts possible for everyone. But I'm not like paid to say anything specific about wallets. If I have something bad to say about a wallet, I'll say it. I've called out 3 companies recently that I don't recommend to people, which is EliPal, Cypher Rock, and Decent. And to be clear, I'm affiliates for all those companies. Um, so yeah, I wanted to make that clear. But I do get a lot of heat for recommending Tangem. The reason I recommend Tangem, number one, uh, is because it's the most user-friendly wallet on the market. Who are the people that are watching my videos mostly? They're beginner to intermediate level crypto users. So why would I recommend a overly complicated wallet that I barely use myself? It just doesn't make sense. Maybe you would like it more if I recommended, 20 different wallets. What if every video I just changed the wallet that I recommended? Would that be more trustworthy? I don't know. I just think it's hilarious that no matter what wallet I talk about, you'll always have the trolls on the trolls of the internet saying, "Oh, how much does that company pay you to say that?" Um, I just think it's funny because I could literally talk about any wallet, the reaction would be the same. I could change a wallet every single video that I talked about, and then people will say, "Well, what happened to this wallet or what happened to that wallet?" Um, so yeah, from day one, I've stuck to my truth. I recommend the wallets that I use and that I recommend personally to family and friends. It's really that simple. If there's something I don't like about a wallet, I'll tell you. If there's something that I think is fishy about a company, I'll tell you. I have told you. Um, and yeah, that's kind of how it goes. Um, if you have an issue with that, or if you have like different opinions, that's completely fine. I don't expect everyone to like the same wallet. Kind of like everyone doesn't like I'm a huge fan of iPhones. I like using iPhones. I hate Android phones. Some people love Androids and hate iPhones, and that's okay. I really don't care. It doesn't affect me. I use what I like and I recommend what I like. Why would I recommend something I don't personally use or don't like? Um, so yeah, if a day ever comes where I don't like Tangem, where I don't like Ledger, where I don't like Trezor, where I don't like One Key, if that day comes, then I'll let you know. But until then, those are the products that I'm going to keep recommending because that's what I use. That's what I trust. I'm a user just like you. I keep my crypto secure just like you. I rely on these companies to create secure and user friendly products just like you. Literally no different. So, um, but yeah, if you are looking for my personal favorite wallets that are the best for me, and that's after testing, the 30 different wallets that I showed you at the beginning of the video. I've got links to 2 wallets in the description of this video. The first one is Tangem, which if you're new to crypto or new to cold wallets, Tangem is by far the most user friendly on the market. They also offer some of the most coin support out of any wallet on the market, supporting over 86 blockchain networks. The only thing you need to use a Tangem wallet is your iOS or Android mobile device and the Tangem card. Right now, you can get 20% off limited edition Tangem cards. The details are in the description. And today's the last day to get 25% off the Tangem ring. Otherwise, if you use any of the links in the description, you get 10% off, Tangem products 365 days of the year if you use my link. The other thing, which I haven't told anyone yet, is the other wallet that I recommend is a Ledger Flex. It works both on desktop and mobile devices, laptops as well. This is my favorite Ledger wallet, but to be clear, all Ledger hardware wallets offer the same level of security. I just prefer the Ledger Flex for its touchscreen and its price. I like the $250 price range versus a Stacks that's $400. I'd rather save money and just use this one. But the cool thing is now, if you use my link to get a Ledger Stacks or Flex wallet, it used to be $10 worth of free Bitcoin. I talked Ledger into upping it to $20. So now, if you get a Flex or a Stacks using my link any time of the year, you'll get $20 worth of free Bitcoin. Those are the two wallets that I recommend the most and that I use the most. Again, linked in the description if you want to check those out.